the ground. I'm a little man, I'm a 2020, whoa, whoa. Woke up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that it's here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is well. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let me make sure all systems are working here. Looks like it is. All right. Today is Tuesday. And yeah, let's see what we have going at the charts. We had a bit of escalation yesterday. Things started to get a little bit mad again. Some threats of attacks, which obviously started to dump gold. It dumped NASDAQ late session. We started to dump here. We started to dump US 30 as well. And now we're forming a range. So let's go ahead and look at the calendar today. Some news here you guys can see. Not really giving us too much in terms of that calendar wise. Today we have some jolts and ISM PMIs at 6 p.m. London session is clean as usual. A bit of ECB news here. There's some big policy things coming out for the Europe soon, which is going to affect DAX and all this, but we'll speak about that another time. Right now, the market is focusing on basically what's happening with the escalation in the Middle East. So we have seen some form of escalation. Yesterday, we got attacked here in Dubai. They had around 6 missiles sent. We heard them. So yeah, not really fair that they keep attacking us here, but hey, nothing we can control, and we have to be grateful that we have advanced defense systems. So yeah, they even targeted an oil field here in Fujairah that got hit. A couple of people injured. Hopefully they survive. And then they just did that as kind of a warning shot, because US was escorting ships throughout the strait and they weren't happy with that. So I don't know where this is going to lead or what basically they're going to come to an agreement with. It kind of sets a new term. It's clear that they are a threat, and it's just not giving us clarity of resolution here, as we're not really making a deal. US has not really set back too much, nor are they progressing to do a full blown out people on land and take it over. So I don't know what the direction is. Do you just give up and be very, very does it become a time where we just have this instability and US has to remain on edge here, or does US just accept a loss practically and allow Iran to do what it wants? So this is kind of the situation we're at, and we need to understand that any type of escalation is negative on the market here. More importantly, oil prices. This is the biggest problem, is it affects oil prices here, and it's keeping oil prices buoyant here. Higher oil prices, of course, are going to be a pressure on not only the Middle East, but the world around, as you guys, have probably seen increases in oil prices. So looking at the analysis here, we have a 1 hour time frame. Actually, we start from daily time frame, closing bearish here, retesting this previous daily support. Then 4 hours support here we can see has been created here. We have not closed back inside of the 4 hour range, so we're still respecting that, leading in today being a mixed bias. 1 hour time frame did close bullish though, change of structure. We're working our way down towards this 1 hour support right here. And yeah, any negative news today will dump price. So we have to be on edge if we're taking longs. Why? Because if we start to get long in the market and we're holding the trade 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever, any news that of escalation is going to more than likely move price towards the downside. And if you're inside of a trade that's going long, then you're going to be probably stopped out in that. So this is something that you need to understand for going into today, is that if you are on the long side of the trades, then guess what? You need to be more on the side of, hey, I need to be careful or just get from point A to point B. We had a nice little candle here, close back inside the range. Pretty tough, to be honest, with the way that it formed here to just rip a sell directly, especially on the 1 hour close. That was the 1 hour close. Could be the bottom wick for price to continue up. You have full bullish structure at that time, 30-minute bullish structure, 15-minute bullish structure. So to call this a top, especially when it hasn't retested anything, very difficult to do that. Obviously a big move coming from, but honestly this could end up forming supports from the 1 hour support, and you could play a little bit of a bounce because we are making higher lows and higher highs, and as long as we respect this low down here, we could get a very similar scenario where we push out, pull back, continuation. Only thing is, we want to be in 15 minutes and be out at a target, and try to get to break even. So if any news does come out, we're not going to be in trouble here. So that's the analysis here on Mr. Gold here. Now, stock market's going to look very much the same. DAX, NASDAQ, they're going to have similar price action. We're going to have a dump from yesterday followed by a range. So that dump obviously led the daily candle to close bearish. Remember, that's a fundamental dump here. 4-hour time frame, right? 4-hour time frame, what are we seeing as well? We're seeing price close towards the downside as well. Okay, so we can, I mean, not downside, we see close support, same as gold here. So I was doing two things at once. But we are rejecting from a 1-hour resistance that I had from actually yesterday. We'll see if it's still, yeah, it's still relevant. So we're rejecting from this 1 hour. 1 hour did close above, so we do have a breakout, but this is doing the same as gold faking out. So we can see market is following the same direction, but we are respecting a 15-minute range. So believe it or not, analysis is going to be pretty much the same. If we do respect the lows of the range, we could trade back towards the upside, selling in this range without a retracement to give us a bearish lower high. It's going to be a little bit more on the difficult side to try work towards the downside here through these rough ranges here. We can look at the 5. There is a 5-minute range that you could try to scalp below here. We could do that. But again, I'm going to wait for open. That's the time I like to trade DAX. So not too worried about DAX. Now, NASDAQ slightly different compared to US 30, same as DAX, right? Same as DAX, we can see US 30. But NASDAQ, we can see less of an aggressive move and already retracing that move. But we know NASDAQ is generally more bullish on higher time frames, technology stock. So we can see, we're continuing with that already. 4-hour resistance being put here. We have another one above here that we can actually clone, put it there like this. And we're creating supports and trying to make our way towards the upside. We do have a mixed bias with that previous daily closing bearish. See how that kind of looks on futures here. Let it load. Yes, same bearish, kind of looks, yeah, it looks exactly the same as what CFDs are looking like. 4-hour practically the same as well. So yeah, mixed bias today. Obviously higher time frame, we're still more bullish. Again, negative news will give small pullbacks regardless of higher time frame trend. A little bit messy ranges here, so we could look to sell short once we start to get below these levels here. Here's a bit messy in the meantime. Makes sense on a 1 hour. 1 hour did close bullish. If we respect these range lows, we can buy from down here back up, or buy fake outs back up if it moves very fast. So it's very much the same plan across all pairs today. Very much the same plan. So we have to just see how price action forms and see if we can get some supports to form to continue up bullish. And that's pretty much it, to be honest, in terms of the analysis side. When pairs line up like this, they're basically going to trade the same setup. Just depends which one looks cleaner for us. So yeah, that's the analysis. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the analysis and everything is clear. And yeah, let's get it. Looking forward. Let's see what we can do today. See what happens even after opens as well. So yeah, let's go. Can we look for a short on gold now? It's breaking 50-minute support, but where are you going to short to? Straight to the 1 hour? Can't really short here at the support unless you have some sort of analysis or conviction today we're going to break through this 1 hour. It's late to short, but here you don't have enough short confirmation in my opinion unless you were fully bearish today. But it's basic price action, higher highs, higher low, 1 hour closed above, 30-minute closed above, 15-minute setup 3. Very unlikely that you're going to be looking for a clear short at that point now. So we do have the 30-minute close now, of course, and the 15-minute close, but this can really lead into the next 15 closing bullish. So let's just see how that forms in my opinion. And yeah, let's see. If you guys enjoyed the analysis, leave a like, you know the drill. So 5 created support here. We didn't quite tap the 1 hour just yet. So I wonder if it wants to retest this first. See how Nasdaq closed here. Nasdaq still respecting the 30 support, respecting 15 support. If Nasdaq doesn't want to pull back as much, we could get simple breakouts is also an option, right? Breakouts are not out of the question here on a day like today. And we could just work our way towards the upside, close above, and then start to break out. Morning, Harry. Team, love the new... yeah, I'm going to speak about that a little bit later. I just wanted to put the announcement out. You guys can read through it. But we'll speak about it, give details in depth, why. But something new that I've been planning. We're going to start it from today. Do you trade prop firms at all or not? Yeah, I do. I trade on futures for prop firms. I have 5 50K accounts. I copy 4 of them together. I trade one separate. Higher risk on the separate one. So yeah, I do trade prop firms, but I trade future prop firms. So what is, yeah, so like, yeah, 250K on futures funding. Morning, Harry. Any thought on US oil since escalation happened? Well, you have to think about it like this, because the escalation has happened, but we don't have any clear details. There's no signs that US is full on attacking, nothing. So that's why the market kind of took it in and then it's waiting on anticipation right now. Already we can see Nasdaq just retracing the move and fading out the news. The biggest attack was actually on the UAE where I live. Dubai got hit the worst as we got 6 missiles, 2 cruise missiles and some drones. They hit an oil field as well. Not field, but area in Fujairah. And yeah, they're just using us as a target. Because we create the most media drama. Oil tanker and refinery, yes. Gold as well, we could be taking setup 1. No, the orange man has not commented anything, which is annoying. We do not have any information on the taco president. You know the meaning of taco president? Trump always chickens out. Taco. Saw that online. Same move we're getting across all assets. Gold, same move. DAX, same move. Nasdaq, same move. Nasdaq is the closest to breaking out. Thus, Taco Tuesday video Iran released? Yeah, it's ridiculous. So this, we don't even have bottom. Oh, we have a tiny wick on futures, so that's nice. Nine minutes for this candle to close. 5 minutes is not going to be valid. I'm not going to take it on a 5 because of the way that we're forming just straight. I need to see bearish then bullish. If there was a bearish candle and bullish, I would consider. This wick is a target, tapping previous zones on futures. I'd prefer 9 minutes of relaxation. But I don't even think you get the 5 minute properly closing. So we'd like to see this 5 minute candle close bearish. Gold is trying to also do the same. We have the same opportunity on gold, fill the wick, eventually come back to this previous 15 here if it wants to continue bullish. But yeah, we don't even have the 5-minute close. So even if I wanted to take it on a 5-minute close, I don't have that close. What do you think about crypto is pushing? Yes, crypto is pushing. Yeah, we can see some bullish price action. It's still looking good. Do you draw support from wick or you mean from wick or body? From the body. I always use the body. Because I notice oil holding bullish structure but need more. Yeah, oil will be bullish structure until all of this de-escalates in the Middle East. So, you know, until we have a clear de-escalation, it's going to be bullish. Do you have a Discord or Telegram channel? How to join? You mean in terms of just like a public group? In the description, my friend. Always check the description. So we see gold trying to make a leg up here. Same thing the whole market is doing. DAX, same push. Nasdaq even a stronger push. Bigger candle on Nasdaq. I would prefer to see some more bearish price action on Nasdaq so that we could get structures here instead of straight breakouts like this. Very random volume. Same thing on gold, right? We can see 5-minute is just bounce from the lows and that's it. We don't want to really be a buyer here without seeing a higher low form. It's going to be a bit kamikaze to just buy the highs right here like this in 5 minutes. Love the content, Harry. Masterpiece, a lot of value and structure. Mental game is all trading wants. Yeah, mental game is an important part for sure. So we have Nasdaq here, but it's just not going to be worth it to run something like this 39 for a 19 pip target. Makes no sense. So hopefully this 5 closes bearish somewhere down here, still closes the 15 above, and then we can close above that. Where do you see gold going for the week? Depends on fundamentals. If we escalate in the Middle East, we're going to see downside on gold. If no escalation, we should be able to bounce a little bit from the zone here. Daily will close back inside the range. 4 hour will probably come and retest back into 70. So it all depends on escalation. That's the problem with having such a volatile situation, is that it's all based on what is said. So it looks like we might get a close above here on gold, but again, kamikaze to buy at this. Nasdaq is trying to do the same. I would prefer if Nasdaq can close a little bit bearish, then we get a 5 close above, then I can send it. I mean, DAX looks really nice if we break out today. We have so much room on DAX, so much room. Your videos helped me a lot. Made 109% from 10K in the month of March. Nice, man. 109% is big. How much were you risking? No, where did I move this from? It's here. Nasdaq pushing here, not giving me that 5 bearish. We need this 5 bearish. 1 minute structure is good here, but we don't have real good stop loss placement. It's very aggressive stop loss placement. Also on futures, there's actually a previous resistance where we're at right now, which is this wick basically. Same story on DAX. Let's see on gold. Gold actually trying to close below here, so that's a little bit different. Everything else closing above, but gold trying to close below. Above on futures, what, gold? Yeah, but even if it's above where, you know, it's, you don't want to play like this. Rejection from top of range. Nice one, nice. Nasdaq here. If we can get 5-minute candles closing bearish, then closing back above, that would be nice. But again, same story as gold. Sending at the high here is not going to be the smartest choice. But if we can get a bearish candle followed by a bullish candle closing above, would be nice. Now, if you do send it at the highs here, yeah, you have to run that full stop loss, which doesn't make any sense targetability wise. So gold, we did get the 5-minute bearish, so it is a little bit different here. 30 minutes for the 30-minute, which will also be London Open. 54% chance of reversal at London Open. Yesterday we had reversal at London Open and then continuation. So whatever reversal happens at London Open is opportunity to continue the trend, which is up at the moment. So London Open may manipulate here on gold. That's a common trend we've been seeing, right? London Open manipulate gold. We look at that as a buy opportunity, not buy based off the continuation, and then we continue. 10 minutes only till London Open. So basically some structure, yeah. Because structure is going to create liquidity and we need liquidity to get out this range. Honestly, DAX is looking good for London Open. If we can create structure 10 minutes, DAX could be interesting. Yesterday DAX was paying. So yeah, let's see how this forms. I think then I'm actually like, if DAX can get out the range here for the open, man, we have so much room. So as long as the next 10 minutes we can create some sort of red candle here, it's going to be very nice. And then of course we have to continue in the open, but if we do continue in the open, then it should be nice. If we create red candles here and then we still close the 1 hour like this, I will happily enter impulsively on 1 hour high. If we can open, have market open, pull back, make a deep bottom wick, I'll enter impulsively break of high based on the 1 hour. So gold just missed the 5-minute candle closing above here. So it's still in treacherous area. Can we sell US CAD 50-minute charts if it breaks resistance? Well, you wouldn't want to sell something if it breaks resistance. I'm not sure. That's the opposite of what I do. Maybe you mean buy. gold close above on futures? Yeah, but I'd still prefer this 5 minute to get out above the range. Closed above here as well. I just don't trust gold at this range highs here. Look at this. It's a big mess here. If you're looking at this as, you know, the triangle, look where we are. So you need some sort of confirmation. A lot of, see, this is where all our sellers came in here. So we need something to prove to us, sorry, that we're not gonna have the sellers come in right now. I want to see that proof. So if we can get a 5 minute a bit stronger, maybe in the next 3 minutes. Again, then we're trading right before the 1 hour close. It's also risky. Many risky things here. You think gold and silver might be getting ready to rip? You know, silver sometimes moves a lot better. So let's have a look at silver here. Yeah, it's a little bit different today, the silver one. Silver needs to probably get back above here. Then we can see maybe a nice push. Let's see on 1 hour though. Yeah, silver is a little bit more difficult than gold in terms of the range. Gold is trying to break this 15-minute high. I just don't think it's worth it with this stop loss here. 120 pips. You need this size move to get a 1-to-1. And remember, London reverses 54% of the time. You are coin flipping on a 54% reversal chance. So in 1 minute, this 5 minute will give that bullish close if it does sustain like this. It's an option, but we have to be careful about London Open reversals. So idea would be to run tight stop loss, 50 pips. And look for the continuation. I just don't buy it, you know. I don't buy it on gold right now. Are we 30 minutes after London Open? Yeah, I like DAX to be honest, man. 5 minutes for DAX. Deep liquidity grab on the open. I also want to see what it does at this key level here. We have a key level 50. Let's put this 50 level here. 450. Did we close above it? I think we did. Yeah. That's nice actually that we closed above. Needs a bottom wick. Making one now. So ideally this is not the worst option here. You'd have to run stop something like this and you're expecting a straight move here. So a breakout, we're expecting a breakout. Now at this time here, breakouts are not the best option, I'll tell you that much. So if I have to follow what probabilities are saying, emotions are saying take it because it looks nice. Probabilities tell you something else. So today, which one do I want to choose? Yesterday I chose probabilities, I won my trade, right? So I had a win yesterday for choosing probabilities. So today I should probably choose probabilities as well, even though there's a chance it could push and I'll be here feeling like, I should have gone with my gut. But if we know for fact that London has been reversing price, and we have to calculate that to get a good move, we need price, right? Stop loss around 57 pips. I need price up there. If price reaches up there, I only get paid. So even if it reaches here and you're sitting here and you feel and you're letting the market annoy you and you're letting the market make you feel like, damn, I should have trusted my gut. I should have entered this trade. And then it comes to break even and then you feel relieved. Otherwise, you're allowing this emotion here to piss you off. You probably go make a mistake somewhere else on the chart. So that's where you just have to trade based off what we know in terms of statistics, rules, and all of that stuff. You know? So very lucky that people maybe who are looking to buy this didn't break the high and then do this. That's nasty. So very lucky that didn't happen. Because typically if gold wants to be nasty, that's what it does. Breaks the high, you get triggered in, and then we come down. So that's why I like to have a rule break of high. It protects me from these situations as well. Nasdaq slowly approaching that previous 4 hour. DAX here. DAX is looking interesting, man. I know we have a lot of 5-minute candles here, but if we can get a liquidity grab on open, I like DAX for just a quick push. Sometimes on DAX we can get these quick pushes. So I'm going to keep an eye on DAX here for the next 2 minutes. Could you check on NAS, please? Yeah, what would you like me to check on NAS? We just analyzed it just now. So what exactly? I just looked at it just before switching to DAX. So I don't really have much more to add, if I'm being honest. Don't have much more to add to my analysis. Same setup I'm looking for. Not really going to change that. Right now we're approaching that 4 hour. We have a little bit of a 30-minute, a little bit higher. So my analysis remains the same. Either it wants to play ball or not. We wanted the red candle. I think the red candle would have been the one. Got a small red candle here. But this would have been the one, bigger red candle. So let's see here, DAX about to close, big bullish candle. So what we need to see here on the open, guys, I need to see a big bottom wick here. And then I can enter impulsively and look for a quick move. A quick one-to-one. As long as we have this 1 minute structure, I'm happy to try that. But again, it needs to be a very decent wick. If not, I'm going to leave it. So let's see here. I'm going to be on standby and have a buy stop ready. If it pushes any more, it's making it tough. Yeah, that's pushed too far for me now. Yeah, that's way too far for me. Massive candle. So even though we could get a push, where am I going to put stops? So it makes no sense just yet. So let's wait for the pullback now, and then I can look to continue direction. We have the open. Any pullbacks here is going to be quite nice, or structure and continuation. Nasdaq here, right at that 4 hour. 1 hour time frame closing very close to 1 hour resistance. Let's check up on gold candle close here. I think it closed back inside the range on the 15. Yeah, we closed back inside this 5-minute range. Just back inside. How did 30 close? 30 is not a bad close here. So I really want to see something leave this range. Once we see something leave this range, we should have a better idea of potential upside. These wicks here might be manipulated. Then we'll see what happens here on London Open. Missed a few questions. Let's see. I'm kind of new. I'm having a hard time executing time frame below 15 minutes. Can I just stick for 15 minutes? Yeah, but you might struggle in NY session. You said at the start of the year you want to be more risky. I trade more aggressive in NY, so it doesn't depend on me. It depends on market. I don't just choose to do something and then get slapped by the market. I let the market. I know it's like, what's the saying? I let the market kind of speak to me. I let the market tell me, hey, I'm favoring you being aggressive. Go aggressive. And then I get paid. But if the market's not favoring me being aggressive and being more risky, why should I do that? Yeah, we're going to go over it after stream, Mafur. What do you think? Fake out on gold? It is possible to fake out on gold. Doesn't mean it necessarily will happen. Again, I don't want to run 30-minute stop loss here, guys. I really don't want to run 30-minute stop loss, 130 pips. I'm just looking for smaller stop loss below the 15. Makes no sense. 15 gave us rejection. 5-minute close bearish. It's just not making sense to run it like that. Nasdaq pushing up, DAX probably trying to flip here. So let's see if we can get some bearish candles on DAX here. Would be quite nice. Be happy to look at something on that. So yeah. How is the group open? Yes, today, we have reopened the group, but there's something special I have for you guys. Something special. As you know, we've closed it for like a couple of weeks. But what we're running this month in the group is we're actually going to be running a challenge here. So this is a problem. My group has so much value. We have obviously the video library. We have live trading in London, live trading in NY, all of that good stuff. But we want to have that transformation. So we're going to have a challenge. People are going to win, and it's all the details are in there. So since it's the first time I'm actually running a challenge like this, we want to celebrate it. And well, I want to celebrate it, and I want to give something that's basically undeniable. So for the challenge month, we are doing back to founding price. So just $50 back to founding price. First time. Code will be code challenge. One time only I'm running this. You know I don't run this, but just to celebrate, to get people motivated to do the challenge, because the more people that do it, the more we can transform and have that, you know, to scale where you're actually making money, not just consuming. So if you're a beginner, then yeah, you get a nice discount, spend your month in the group, learn. But if you're someone who's looking to progress, work towards that payout, and have actually a mentor overlooking you, that is the opportunity, because we have a specific challenge that I have a whole plan behind. You know, so that's the time, man. Full 1 month lock-in. You know, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. So I'll post a link with the code. Again, you won't get this price. It's very unique. You can ask the guys in there. I don't do that much. Gift for me. Right. There you go. So yeah, that's it. I'll speak more about the challenge in the group later to the guys, because they're the guys participating. We'll have a bit more details, how it's going to work, what's the goal, stuff like this. And yeah. Gold went up. You think we missed chance to enter? No, unless you're running massive stop loss. But I really just don't want to run a stop loss 130 pips. Like, it's not worth it to me. Like, I rather see some sort of proper structure. That's what I've been waiting for. DAX is still pulling back. I have an eye on it on my other monitor. So we can see if DAX wants to create structures. I prefer 2 candles. Right now it has only 1 candle. I prefer 2 candles bearish. Would be nice. This also could be a scenario where we pop out the range and then lead bearish for the rest of the session. Huh? We are mixed bias, right? Remember that previous daily is giving us that bearish candle. We didn't tap daily support. It is possible we flip. It is very possible we flip. So yeah. So also in the challenge, I forgot to mention, we will be focusing on NY trading as well. You know, that is something that's going to be important. So we will have something called quests, and quests will be tasks that I give you guys to complete, and it will add towards your points. So that is going to be based on getting you guys accustomed to trading in NY. We trade NY together. It's going to be very good. If you're someone looking to pass accounts, we're very fortunate to have good results, right? A lot of people passed accounts. Last month, people were saying it's a tough month, but there was a lot of accounts passed from last month. You know, a lot of accounts passed. So with a challenge structure, giving you guys a structure to make sure that you're day by day working or finding out where your mistakes, where your problems are, plus having me overlook it. People charge thousands of dollars for this. And really, this is like your opportunity to get in and be like, okay, I need this structure. I need some help. You know, obviously it's not one-on-one because I can't one-on-one a whole group. So you're not going to have personalized, but it's nice to have that community around you and a target to work towards, right? And a challenge. Feel like you have to prove yourself and hold yourself accountable to others. So it's a very, very good opportunity. I think it's the best way that we can open the group to have that, to have all of that together. This 5-minute close here might be interesting above if we're just going to trend today, you know. Code not working? Yeah, it is working. Let me just repost it for you. I know why. There you go, use this one. Man, DAX is making me sad. So we get the 5-minute candle close here. It's not bad above that 5-minute resistance, but what range am I going to play with? I have to trust this shit to go up completely today, which is a lot to ask for price. How did the gold 5-minute candle close fail to close above? Which is not bad, because if we do get a close above here, it's quite nice. So we'll keep an eye on that. No bottom wick on on DAX. Do you think DAX hits all-time high this month? No, I don't think so. How much range do I have? I'm thinking possibly I can long here, break of high, but 48 for 59, that's a bit much, man. It's a bit much. I do like this volume we have, and if the DAX is gonna trend, it's gonna trend. I just checked on broker, I have a bottom wick. So let's see if we can get a smaller stop. Wonder if a wick fill here was an opportunity to make stops 41 points. Yeah. But then we don't have a big enough bottom wick to have time to take the wick fill. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Not it doesn't make sense, but there's not enough time to take the wick fill. $40 seconds, can we close above on gold here? Also will be the 15-minute candle close, 5-minute candle close. We can be a bit aggressive with stop loss, run a stop loss like this. And if it doesn't continue, then we know we're wrong immediately, you know? If not, we play the trend. So let's keep an eye on here if we can get a bottom wick on next 15. Yeah, we have a bottom wick here, 15-minute candle close, continuation play. So this is more of a trade that we have to just based on price trending right now. We have this 55 level that we need to worry about, but we should be able to break through. We have this previous 5-minute structure. We don't have it on 15, so I'm not too worried. If I'm going to play volume today and play this trend that we're doing since all morning, higher low, higher low, higher low, we should be able to break the high and slowly make our way towards the upside. And be able to catch like a 39 pip move should not be too much of a problem. Might not happen in one candle, but this is more of something aggressive. Still the beginning of the month, so I'm happy to be a little bit aggressive when I see something trending like this. So we can see what it wants to do. All right. Close below previous 15 on futures? Really? No, man, don't tell me that now. Let me see futures. Futures. Right, GC here. I was on Nasdaq. $15-minute. Damn, that is true. It did close below previous 15. So we need, and the 5-minute did. So we need a 5-minute close above. Yeah, that's true, guys. So on futures here, even though I'm in on CFDs, we've closed below this previous 15. This could be a potential rejection zone here. So I have to treat this accordingly right now, because this is now a problem. This is now a problem for me, because we've rejected this zone here. Shit. So what I need to see is, I can wait 2 minutes here. I should have checked futures as well, just to see the markup on futures. I just noticed it. So I can wait 2 minutes to see how this 5-minute candle closes. I could close the trade right now, but look, we are rejecting that previous 15. So I understand why we're rejecting. But if in 2 minutes this can turn around and close above, it then revalidates my trade. So I have to stay in a bit of a risky scenario here for the next 2 minutes, which would probably be the best scenario. And then after 2 minutes, I can reanalyze and see if we close above here, I can make the option to hold. If we close below, then I can just accept a little bit of a smaller position of a loss and then look for something better. You know, then I don't have to guess if we're going to close below or above or whatever. So let's see in the next 2 minutes here how this ends up closing. Do we close above or below here? Can actually just bring this screen here so we can see this line on futures, as it's going to matter. Draw this line here, break of high. So we have around 16 seconds for this candle to close. We'll see how it closes in 16 seconds. All right, no bottom wick on this candle so far. On CFDs, I'm above my entry, so I'm gonna move stops to break even here. If it comes back to entry, I'm gonna be out. And that's me out. All right, fair enough. So yeah, gave it a shot there. If it re-breaks the high, I can have a re-entry here. If it re-breaks the high, that is the consideration. So re-break high, I can have re-entry now. Now that we're having a bottom wick. Let me think about it. I'm thinking about having a re-entry. After this bottom wick, it's quite nice. I quite like the option of a re-entry. One minute making structure, re-entry break of high. Yeah, I think this makes sense, man. If this breaks the high, this makes sense here. So I'll add a buy stop here, so we have this, and then I'll also re-add the buy stop on CFDs as well. Yeah. I mean, we need this to flip in the next 2 minutes, really, because I don't want to be entering on the last 1 minute of the 5, and I want to see this be the liquidity grab, respect 5-minute low, and then boom, we continue up now. I don't really want to see it sit here for too long. If 5-minute close back in the range, it will invalidate my trade, of course, and then it will be nice. At least it came above the entry. That was lucky. Allowed me a chance to get out. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna close above here or flip in 1 minute, so I'll delete this. I just deleted it on my CFDs. So yeah, we'll take this break even. Make sure it's deleted on here. Then let's see if we can, if it can shape up maybe in the 30-minute close here, which is in about 6 minutes. So yeah. Damn, it's okay that it didn't trigger, man. It was okay. Good we checked futures. Thanks for that shout. Luckily we were able to get out, make a decision move, break even. Got out just at the nick of time. Only lost like a dollar, which is not bad at all. So I consider that full break even. Dollar ain't gonna hurt me. Let's see if we can get us something nicer, something with more volume. DAX is just ripped up, man. That would have been nice if we could have had a bit of a bottom wick to take the wick fill. But we're trying to pull back at the moment now. Gold, what are we doing on gold? Gold, in terms of not what are we doing right now? No, what are we doing in terms of analysis? So right now, what can we see? Well, we can see potential pullback that can allow us to take setup 2 buys. But we have to wait a little bit for that. Might not happen straight away, right? So let's just see how that forms. Nasdaq, same pullback we can be looking for. Shame about DAX, man. I really had this range as something I want to capitalize on. Just if we had a tiny bit of a bottom wick here, we take wick fill. Wick tap, nothing. This wick tap, nothing. We can take wick fill. Makes sense, you know? Right at 4 hour on NAS? No, DAX. This is DAX. Yeah, that's annoying me. Just slightly, you take this position here, wick fill. 44. Yeah, simple. Doesn't even come back to test your break even. Goes in profit, pretty chill position. Straight into profit, chill, you know. It's not bad at all. If gold can push down more, it will be nice. We can get some heavy pullbacks that give us opportunity towards upside. It's a line we don't really need too much anymore. This is going to be the new 15. So I would like to see that. You look at too many pairs, then you miss nice trades like on DAX. You sound like you're correct, but you're actually wrong. It's not that I missed DAX, I watched that position play. I just needed time to enter. This barely had a bottom wick, and it had a gap as well. So if you look at the chart here of DAX, I'll show you what I mean. It's just very hard to enter a trade when you open up on a bit of a gap up plus no bottom wick when you're looking for a wick fill. So the candle just literally opened up. This is the DAX chart on Vantage. It did have a bottom wick, but it was a gap up. So whenever I'm looking to take a wick fill, like trying to fill this wick here, I'm looking for price to make a little bit of a bottom wick, then give me a chance. Otherwise, I'm entering maybe somewhere here, you know? Compared to like yesterday's trade, if you look at yesterday's trade, you have time, like you have bottom wicks, right? These are good enough, not with a gap, right? That's the point. So it's not that I miss trades because of too many pairs. It's because I needed that bit of a bottom wick. Just to give me time. How did you get paid better during London or NY? I get paid better during NY. At the moment. Wasn't always the case, but now, yeah, much better during NY. NY, we're cooking, bro. I wish you guys could see it, you know? It's way different. Every session you come, relax, not such a long session, lot of good volume. There's good trades now coming back to London now that we've adjusted the time. We can see, but NY is just been a lot better. And I even had an analysis to show you that, right? Let me bring it, right? So we did this webinar. I did this webinar with the group, right? I made this document for them. I want to show you here. This is the average volume ranges in London. 27, 28, max is 28, and that's 2 hours before, right? If we look at NY numbers, it's 38, 39, 42. And this is just for gold. Just for gold. So it's a lot higher volume we're seeing. That's why we're trading NY session there, you know. This month would be a good time. Come join us NY session in the group, plus do the challenge. Then you can pass your own accounts. You can get yourself, because it will be accountable. I'm telling you, this challenge is going to help a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people to have this challenge in the group. And I never put the group at this price. I mean, you just can't find it on the internet. You sound like you're right, but you're actually wrong. I know, that's what I told him. Even with the fact you take both personal and funded during London? Yeah. Even with the fact. Depends, because sometimes I don't have time to enter on funded in London, right? If I'm trading NASDAQ in London, I'll just take it on funded. But sometimes I don't have, like today I had a chance on the second opportunity to add both. Would you consider adding personal for NY? Yes, but I will open a futures account. And I need to put like at least maybe $120,000 into the futures account. So I am going to open a personal futures account as well. So yeah, this would have been the position, a little bit bigger bottom wick. That's the position of the day. I really wanted to play this range. Beautiful range. And take it the same way? Oh yeah. Why would I take it any differently? Like CFD accounts are always useful. I like CFD accounts. CFD accounts good on gold. They're very good for swing, you know. So now that we're coming into summer months, if you guys remember, that's the time I swing. In the exclusive group, I speak a lot about, I have this swing trade channel here. So, oh sorry, my swing trade channel here, which is basically here. These are a lot of my swings. So my swing trades I always do on CFDs because it's way easier to hold. Futures, you can't hold swings. You can, but there's something called rollover. It's a bit of a headache. You roll over your contract. How many hours do you spend a day trading? I trade around an hour and a half now in the morning, and I trade around an hour in NYSE. So about, let's say, 3 hours a day. When I started to trade SMC instead of price action, I saw a lot better results. Yeah, some people in life like to be gay. Some people are straight. So it's, you know, it just happens. You know, it's you know, it's just how it is. We have to accept everyone, right? We just have to accept everyone. We're all human. Nothing wrong? Yeah, it's not my business. It's not my business. People can do what they want to do. But he asked me, you know, like it's the same situation, right? Some people feel better being gay. Some people feel better being straight. So he's trading, you know. What do you think of ICT trading? Yeah, bro, same conversation I just had. Same conversation I just had. I'ma die drinking my morning coffee, Warner brother. I mean, sometimes these comments come out of nowhere. Why did you not take the trade on DAX now when there was a bullish engulf? Bro, if I wanted to be on DAX this early, I don't want to enter this late here and then get faked out and then cry myself to sleep. Today, there's just sick volume on DAX. It's really good to see DAX back. I'm really happy. But this is where my entry wanted to be. So here for me is just FOMOing. Now I'm FOMOing and hoping that I can be part of it. Today it works out, but there's no way of knowing that. Yesterday we did not have the same DAX volume. We had nowhere near the same DAX volume. So it's hard. We can't just say that, hey, this is where I should have been. Let me FOMO in higher. Right? Because it didn't give me confirmation here. Whereas on gold, we haven't had such a breakout. We're not moving like DAX. You know, we barely moved this session. We have so much clean range to fill, but we're not doing it. You know, like we have 210 pip range here, but we're just not wanting to get through that range. We're just slowly chopping, you know. We try to peak above the highs, then we start to reject again. Like we had a good push here, and then we just started to really slow down on price. So I was hoping this one is going to give that bang straight back into here. So it's just gold is not really wanting to push right now, but we have a lot of volume. Nasdaq was good volume as well. It wasn't bad volume on Nasdaq. We just lacked entry opportunities. Unless you like, let's check if this would have worked, right? We can go over the positions that could have been taken. This was valid position, but let's check the stop loss. 43 points. Yeah, you just get that 1-to-1. So it ended up working out. There was enough volume for even a big stop loss to work, which is great to see. Again, doesn't come back to your break even, easy trade to hold, no drawdown, which is crazy when all of these 5-minute candles close bullish back to back. Something you wouldn't really do, but it worked out. So there's much better volume in Nasdaq, much better volume in DAX. Obviously DAX, look at the volume today. It's amazing. You know, it's really good stuff here, which is why I kept saying from the beginning of the day, I want to be involved in DAX. I want to be involved. I'll happily enter impulsively. You know, that has to be flash news. It's not, man. This is, if you haven't seen DAX before, this is how old DAX was. So if DAX is coming back, you'll see the biggest smile on my face. I'm telling you, DAX was like this every day. If I have DAX back and I have NY session here, that's it. Summer, I'm buying a new car for sure. For sure, I'm buying a new car. If DAX is back like this and we can get this move 3 times a week, plus NYSE, I'm continuing to trade like that, it's done. It's done. I'm making, it's gonna be easy money. Looks like gold buys. Yeah, we tried the same buys. Remember, we tried the same buys, but it just didn't want to give us the push. So that's why I'm not entering it. Isn't DAX bearish? I have DAX mixed bias. 4-hour time frame close bullish here. Anyways, I'm gonna hop off stream, guys. Appreciate you guys showing up. DAX was the one today, so let's see if we can catch DAX tomorrow. Guys, make sure to join the challenge if you want to join the challenge. The link to the group, guys, you're not gonna get that price. I'm not here to promote, but really the value in there is completely different. If you're just stuck on YouTube seeing me for just an hour in a day, it's not the case. If you really want to take trading seriously, come join us. I promise you, you won't regret. If you hate it within the first 2 days, I promise I will refund you. I promise. There's no risk. I promise. I know what I have here, and you know, this is something worth. So check it out. Hopefully we can see you on the good side. Much love, guys. Take care. See you a little bit later, and hopefully you join us in NY, guys. Come on. Take care and peace. Cheers. Cheers.